Hello, hello, here we are. We are going to have an exciting afternoon today. I've got a lot of stuff planned. I was going to hang out with a friend, and I was mildly concerned that my weekend was going to be largely unproductive because of that. The friend canceled, and so now the productivity begins. I'm going to take you guys on some errands with me, and hopefully have a good old time. I need to see about having a family photo printed out on a mat. I don't like this camera angle we got. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's different. Maybe that's good. Anyway, got a family photo that I want to have printed out on a mat frame. I need to get some stuff so that I can change the oil in my car. Gotta try and find. I've been watching The Good Doctor. Gonna see if I can try and find that on DVD while I'm out and about. So those are the three things I've got going on. So I'm going to take you guys on a journey with me and make this a super productive Saturday. And, like, not to shoot shots at anybody, but that's, like, always the reservation with hanging out with people is I wind up not having a very productive weekend. And not every weekend needs to be productive, but I had a particularly unproductive week, which means it would be nice to be able to rebound from that and have a productive weekend. And so that is my goal, hoping to get that nailed down and to go ahead and get some of this cool stuff knocked out that I wanted to do for this month. So I'm concerned about the picture quality. I mean, the picture looks really good, and I took all the pictures with my new camera, which is the DSLR, and so I know the actual picture files were also really good, and I used Canva to create the default format, and I know that Canva is a legit program, so I'm just hoping that I did enough stuff to make this like a really good quality product. Because I don't want to like print it out and then have it look like crap. But the other thing is I obviously I bought this camera and I used this camera while we were on vacation, and so for a lot of people in my family, like, they were still taking pictures with their phones and stuff, which is fine, but I want to be able to show off, like, I bought my camera, this is the cool stuff that I can do with it. First stop on our journey is going to be the ATM. I still go to the ATM and get out cash for most of my transactions. It helps me to budget myself. If I come at a situation with cash in my hand, I'm less likely to overspend, because I know, okay, I have X amount of dollars that I can spend, and if I spend more than that, oops, I'm out of money. Now, obviously, I do have a debit card, so even if I overspend, I can use that as a safety valve, so it's less of a catastrophe as it used to be, but it's still a healthy budgeting habit to have, and that is something that I proudly implore. The ATM is not usually this busy, so that is interesting. Sounds like a lot of people got some plans going on for the weekend. Normally, I would not drive by the ATM. I'd actually go inside and talk to the tellers. I like to be social, but I wouldn't be able to take you guys in there with me, or maybe I could, but that would be weird, so I'm just gonna go through the drive-through on this one. But yeah, first stop is getting some cash out, and then we're gonna go run some errands and see about making this a very good adventure. There is a billboard here in town. I don't know if you guys can see it when I drive past it or not, but there's a billboard here in town that I am inquiring about being advertised on, and so hopefully get that sorted out this weekend. And yeah, like I said, it's gonna be an incredible time, and I am very excited about it. Never before have I been this happy about having plans be canceled. And by no means was I dreading hanging out with this person. Like, I look forward to social interactions, and I look forward to my interactions with this person. But in this particular instance, I now have the availability to make up for what was an otherwise unproductive week. So, let's see. I do not like the new settings on the ATM. They make it very difficult to do what I need to do. Actually, let's subtract that. I like that better. Alright. Yes, I do want a receipt, actually. But yeah, so hopefully I can get featured on that billboard. I shouldn't say hopefully. It's pretty well confirmed at this point. I just need to get an image together, and then they're going to put me up there, and it's going to be really nice. I had a nice little interaction with their saleswoman. She is really good at her job and knows what she's doing. She was, of course, presenting me with all of the... there's someone behind me? There is someone behind me. All right. She was, of course, presenting me with all of the most expensive options first. And then as I hesitated or thought about other options or opportunities, she started presenting me with like the other payment options that they have, or the other advertisement options that they have. And so I got the feeling that she knows what she's doing and has been doing this for a while. And so that feels pretty good. And yeah, some good, exciting stuff happening here. We're going to have a good Saturday, and I will probably just be popping in and out and talking to you guys about what I just did, and then moving on to the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. And we're going to have a good Saturday today. It is 11 a.m. I woke up at 5 in the morning this Saturday, which is odd for me, especially considering I slept for hours on my couch. I was gaming with a friend and just completely fell asleep on that dude. And then I woke up. We said our goodbyes, but I was like mostly asleep still. And I woke up, and it was probably 1 after 1 in the morning. And then I finally went to bed. And then I woke up on my own at 7 o'clock or at 5 a.m. I didn't need an alarm or anything. And so I've been up for a while now, and it feels a lot later in the day than it is. Like, the fact that it's still 11 a.m. is bonkers to me. And let's think here, because I've been up now for 6 hours. I will probably take a nap at 2 o'clock. I've more or less adopted that as part of my schedule at this point. If I can take like a 30-minute nap or so, I can usually stay up an extra 2 hours at the end of my night. If I don't take a nap, like 10 o'clock gets here and I am dead tired, good luck getting me to do anything. But if I do take a nap, then I can usually get myself up until midnight or later. And so that's the goal, is to get back at the house around 2 so that I can take a nap and then wake up. I'll have to make lasagna, which is another video that I'm hoping to get you guys in and a part of. And then from there, I will either play games or work on stuff. I don't know yet, but I've got a long list of stuff that I need to do this weekend. Like, the stuff I listed off to you guys is just the stuff that I need to run errands for. But like, so I got the family picture that I'm wanting to print out. I need to get the stuff for the oil change. I probably won't do the oil change this weekend. I have no reason not to, but I just probably won't. I need to make the lasagna, and then of course record myself while making the lasagna. I needed to upload a substantial amount of videos, which I did manage to do that, so that's already crossed off the list. Wanted to make some substantial progression in my brother Kanan. I did one chapter. I don't know that I would consider that substantial completion, but it is at least some level of completion. And then the billboard thing, I need to sort that out this weekend. I don't see any reason why I can't get that done. I want to pre-order the first season of Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Good doc. I don't know. I need to go out and see if I can find the DVD seasons for The Good Doctor, because that's what I'm watching right now. And then I want to start a memory journal. That sounds like an exciting thing to do. I need dishwasher pods. Depending on where I go, I may or may not be able to get those. I need to record my Instagram reels, which I don't foresee that being a problem. That'll probably be a Sunday thing. I need to look into Amazon ads. I I downloaded this book on how to succeed and sell your book on Amazon using only ads. And it looks like the ad campaigns on Amazon have changed since this book was published, because one of them seems to be missing, or I just don't know what I'm looking at. I want to invest in YouTube YouTube ads as well. See about getting ads through YouTube, and then I want to go visit this place that recently opened up on the corner from me. I said I was going to be like a more frequent customer of theirs, but January was just a long and uneventful month, and so I didn't get to go by there at all. So hopefully do that tonight. I was going to do it yesterday, but I wound up at a party with some friends, and so I didn't. And then workout is on every list that I ever make, and it almost never happens, but maybe this weekend will be different. And then trying to get some audio recorded for If Ghosts Could Cry. So that is the full stack of what I'm trying to do this weekend. I know that I will film at least 2 of those things, that being what we're doing here, running all these errands, and then of course doing the lasagna. The cooking videos really seem to take off in my on my Instagram, and so that's why anytime I'm cooking like a big meal or something, I will go ahead and include you all in that. But to be honest, I don't know how well that works on my YouTube platform, but like, I'm a multifaceted human being. I do more than just write books all the time, and I feel like it's important to express that on my videos as well, so that you all know that there is more to me than just one dimension. And maybe the initial dimension that you know me for isn't the dimension that you wind up like really appreciating me for, if that makes sense. And so that's why I feel like it's important to share that there are multi-layers to this onion, and we don't have to only like the same 1 or 2 things. And so we'll see what comes of it. I'm hoping, like I said, that the picture quality for this thing goes well, and I don't have to worry about the camera coming out, or the picture coming out really poorly. I wonder what their wait time is like, which isn't that big of a deal. I'm in no rush, but at the same time, I would like to get it and see it, and I can't wait to see it. It's like I'm half tempted to like make one for myself, but it's my brother's family, and I don't know, is it weird to have a portrait of your brother's family in your own house? Probably not, actually, but I'll make the one for him and see how that turns out. And then I might make another one, but a different one for me, and I might make a different one for my parents even. I don't know, but we'll just see how the first one turns out. And because what I want to do is I want to get all of my favorite photos together and make a video or make a post with those, but we'll see. Only time will tell. I should get a flash drive or something to put his pictures on. The videos that I make at this point are massive because my cameras are such high quality, And so I need like 100 gig or more flash drive in order to get these stinking things on there. And so at this point I'm kind of pinned because I feel like the biggest flash drive is like a 64, but that may be like old hat, that might be old news. Maybe flash drives come bigger. I see a lot of like 16 gig flash drives. And then there's of course the SD cards, which is mind-boggling to me how this tiny little thing can carry significantly more than a USB stick. And like, are USB sticks old technology at this point? Like, when I was in high school, that was like the ultimate way to have mobile content, is through a flash drive. And now, like, my brother's computer doesn't even have a USB drive on it, and I'm like, seriously? That seems odd to me. But it's apparently commonplace enough to where it's like people are making computers that don't even have the drive on it. Like, that's okay. So at any rate, we'll figure that out. But I like printing stuff out anyway, so having printed pictures I think would be best. And I might just do that with the other photos that I take, is just print them out and share them that way, and just have little printed out photos spread out all over the house. And so we'll see. I want to put up a floating shelf above my doorway, and I have 2 floating shelves, but I don't know. I feel like they're shorter than the actual doorway, and I feel like it's feet, is that right? I'm not going to pretend like I know how wide the doorway is, but I feel like it's a standard opening. And so surely somebody makes a floating shelf the same size as this opening, but we'll see. But that's what I would do, is I'd frame them and I'd put them up there, because like I have a lot of these things that remind me of family members, and as I collect them, I've been putting them on top of my cassette shelf. And I mean, that's fine for now, but I want like a more official place. And so that is the goal there, is to get the floating shelf. Maybe I try to do that this weekend. I haven't been handy in a long time. Try and get that floating shelf up there, and then from there I can put up some stuff, and it'll be cool. And that's what's kind of fun. And like, visiting other friends' houses have inspired me in that way, because like these people have lived in their houses for a very long time, and they've done these sorts of things to like customize the house and make it more their own. And it inspires me to do the same thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can also customize my house and do whatever I want with it. And so starting to get out there and do more of that. I have found that I like command strips more than I like screwing and drilling stuff into the wall, which is kind of why they were invented. But I should find a stool or something, because I'm going to need a footstool in order to get up and put this shelf up there. But the ladder that I have is an outdoor ladder, and I don't want to bring it inside because it's going to make my inside all gross. And so I think what I've been using is one of my folding chairs, honestly, just standing on a folding chair, which, like, the way that the folding chairs work feels safe. Like, your weight should be supported by the structure of this chair. It's funny, I'm not driving to work, but this initial video here is going to be about the same length as one of my standard commutes. I don't know how much of the town you guys can or cannot see, and I don't know how much of the town you guys care to see. I'm hoping as I get a little bit more of an audience, they can let me know what they like to see and what they don't like to see. Do you want more window? Do you want less window? Do you want more me? Do you want less me? I plan to get another camera angle at this point in the car with, I was going to get the action cam, but I might get the GoPro, but either or, and get a suction thing and just point it directly at me so that I don't have to worry about taking images from a particular angle, and then I can use this camera to focus more on scenery and give you all a bit more of a variety of angles. That's kind of one of my more favorite things to do with this sort of stuff, is to just play around with different angles. And so we'll see what happens, but I'm excited. Got some good stuff coming along, doing some good stuff, making some good progress, making some good headway. So I intended to spend a certain amount of money on this billboard this month, and the plan that I wound up with has me spending half that much, but for a more extended period of time. And so instead of spending however much I budgeted out, I'll spend half of it now, but then I'll also have to spend money for the next 2 months, which honestly isn't that bad. But it is interesting to know, or to note, that I will need to be paying every so often. And so there's that too, is like figuring out. I have a card that all of my online transactions go through, so that if that card ever gets compromised or over whatever, the bank that it's tied to only ever has like $5 in it. So it doesn't really equate to much of a loss at all if I ever have complications with it. But what that also means is I have to be consciously aware and making transactions on it when something's coming up. And so if I'm going to use this billboard, for example, if I'm going to use it for that, then I'm going to load up the funds that I need on it right now, and then I will go ahead and let's see, what was I saying? Load up the funds that I need on it now, spend the funds, obviously, because I'll start the billboard, and then I will need to, from there, I will need to remember when my next payment is due and try and load it up before that hits. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not unconfident that it'll be fine. It's just another 2 months of some sort of payment that I'm going to have to deal with now, but that's okay. One of them's leaving. It's like one payment leaves and another one gets introduced. But the one that I'm introducing is very short-lived, though it is more than the one that I'm getting away from. And so I was like, oh, it'll be so nice to not have to spend X amount of dollars a month on this anymore. And then I'm going to turn right around and spend X amount of dollars on something else instead. So we'll see what happens. Keep playing it by ear until we get somewhere. That was a very short light. These lights are not fair. Not fair at all. But, yeah, this is going to be a good day. I'm going to get a lot of stuff done. I'm going to do a lot of stuff that I want to do. You guys see me when I lean back? There's such a glare on the viewfinder right now that I can't tell if you can see me or not. But I'm leaning back. I tend to do that when I'm getting casual with my drives. I was watching back at a particular video, and the camera was very shaky while I was driving, and so now I try and remember to hold on to it more often than not to try and stabilize it. So hopefully that is noticed and we don't have shaky breaky cam angles anymore. But it's funny, it's hard to find a place that prints photos anymore. And I was honestly thinking about just getting into my own printing thing, and because I kind of want to mount them to my own frames too. I just feel like that would be something really cool to say that I did. It's I printed out my own picture, mounted it to its frame, and now I'm hanging it up in my office or whatever, and I'm super proud of it. So I also have a aspiration for developing film, and I looked up the process, and it is quite the process. So I don't know if I will ever seriously follow that aspiration, but it's still something I want to do. My parents have an old Canon from the 80s that runs on film, and so I wanted to see about getting film for it, packing that bad boy in there, and then taking all the pictures and then getting it produced myself. Like, we'll see. But it's definitely harder to find places that do photography in town. Walgreens does, and it's like obviously not what Walgreens is known for. It's a pharmacy, which even still, it's like almost more of a grocery store, but like they must do well enough. And like that's the thing when you find these niche markets with a business, like even though there isn't too much of a market for that. Oh wait, no, I need to go straight. Whoopsies, I was in the right lane the whole time. I forgot what I was doing. Usually when I go this way, I turn left and I go to Arby's, and that's all I ever come out here for. This is the only Arby's in town. But not today. Today I am going to Walgreens to try and get some photos produced. And I thought that it used to be a grocery store over there, but everything changes over here. And like I said, I don't ever come over here for anything, so I'm constantly not in the know. There was a really good place to eat out this way too, and every time I go there it looks closed. I know that it's like been taken over by different ownership, but it's supposed to be like the same food, different owners, but I haven't been there since. And I only went there once as the original food place, and it was good. It was really good. I still to this day swear it was like the best burger I've ever had. And now I'm all mad because I'm like, well, the burger's gone. You can never have it again. I had a really good burger at this restaurant that we went to for this work event. I had this work meeting at some restaurant, and I felt like an official like doctor care provider or something, because you always have these like care providers and people are buying them meals, trying to convince them to try their product or whatever. And it was kind of a similar thing for me. I was in a meeting with a bunch of care providers, and they were telling us the benefits of this product line that they have. And it was just very interesting for me. And so I was like, now I feel like an official healthcare provider. And I never, ever considered myself that, because I don't provide the care so directly. But like indirectly speaking, I have a pretty big part to play in that. And I remember I went to the grocery store yesterday, and there was a guy there who, what was it? There was a guy there who had made that reference. He had called me a healthcare provider or whatever. And I was like, normally I would say something to more correct this person's thoughts of my job, but I think I'm comfortable with that now. And I don't know what this Honda Pilot is doing in front of me, but I wish they would do something, because sitting there is unacceptable, and I can't turn because you're taking out too much of the lane. They finally moved, so here we are. We are at Walgreens. I'm going to try and get my portrait printed, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. The last time I came in here, it was holiday seasons though, but they were saying that it was going to be like, it wasn't going to be till like Tuesday that this thing would be ready. And so like same day printing would be awesome, but I'm not holding my breath for that. I'm doing donuts in the parking lot because I want to be able to pull up to a spot instead of pull into one. And I could have pulled up through one if I really wanted to, but all right. Errand number 1. We are going to try and go in there and get some photos published and printed out as a matted framed photo. Wish me luck. I'll tell you all about it when I get back.